Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome inside the Windsor Stadium here in Grand Falls, Windsor. Game number 3 of this 3-game set between the Central Impact and Trypan Osprey. Impact won the opening 2 games in this series, 7-1 Friday night, 4-2 last night. They will do battle again here this morning. Long weekend for these young players. Got the Impact in their home whites. And the Osprey, the dark jerseys, gold trim, and we are underway here in the opening period. In the Impact end, picked up by Pittman. Pittman off the boards, looking for Hounsel. That's picked off. Jacobs moves it ahead. Pittman back to his defense. Hillier off the boards. Played down to the Trypan blue line. Out at center it comes. Haggett reverses it along the boards. Couldn't get it out. Green holds it in. Out at center it comes. Jacobs backing up in his own end. And on the first pass gets it out to center to Earl. No further than center. Impact pick it up there. And over the blue line, here's Badcock. Badcock, first shot of the game, and it went off Akerman and over the top of the net. He didn't handle that cleanly. He has a look at his glove, make sure it's okay. Andrew Akerman played in Friday night's game, lost 7-1, but he was sensational in that game. It was only late in the game that the Impact got to him. It's the only reason it was close heading into the third period. It was only 2-1, despite the fact that the Impact had outshot Trypan by a wide margin. And then yesterday, in last night's game, Aaron O'Leary started for Trypan. Came out partway through the first period with a lower body injury, and Akerman came in, replaced him, and again played just a terrific game for Trypan, eventually losing 4-2. That's offside, little late call, but certainly appeared to be correct. Unfortunately, we do not have our time clock functioning this morning. So I'll give you the time verbally as the game goes on. Right now we're just into the opening 2 minutes of this first period. Butler behind his goal. Badcock's on him. This has been the story of the first 2 games. A relentless forecheck by the Impact. They get in, they turn pucks over. This time Trypan able to get it out. Played in by Lane. For Baldwin. To the near boards it comes. Lane's got it, throws it towards the goal. Big, juicy rebound. They score, Baldwin. Big rebound given up that time. Here's the shot. It wasn't a tough one, but O'Brien in goal for the Impact. They're using 3 different goaltenders this weekend. Hicks played Friday, Lynch last night, and O'Brien gets the start today. 1-0 for the Osprey early. We get a whistle, and the face-off will come outside the Impact blue line. Dumped in by the Impact. So just under 2 minutes in, and the Osprey take the lead. Rogan O'Brien in goal for the Impact. Back to Boone. Around behind the goal. Goes into the corner. Bath on it first. in behind the goal. Finally, Trypan get it, move it out to the blue line. Not out, kept in by the impact. Bishop will bring it out, gets it up to center. To Earl. Earl will shoot it in. Boone picking it up. Boone turning in the corner, trying to get away from the forecheck. Can't do it. Comes out towards the blue line, kept in by Trypan. Throw it towards the goal. Cleared back to the boards. Shot from a sharp angle, goes just wide. Green plays it back to the point for Jacobs. Jacobs with the long shot, goes wide, comes to the near boards. On it first is Hogan. Hogan will hold it in. Behind the goal it goes. Good pressure here by Trypan, but that pass went between the two defensemen all the way down the ice. Ackerman out to play it. Long pass up ahead. Don't know if the player touched it. They're saying he did, so no icing. Into the corner. Harnum's got it. That bounces around. Burke couldn't get free for the impact. Now he's got it behind the goal. Burke. Up through the middle. And Burke will follow up on it. Bring it in. That's offside. Hounsell in ahead of the play. And Burke took an awkward fall down in the corner, and he gets up holding his left hip as he hit the boards. Seems to be okay. He's going to make his way. Here he comes. See, going to stretch that out a little bit. .48 left to go. Opening period, 1-0. Trypan. Goal by Mason Baldwin. Byrne holds it in off the glass. Butler hustling into the corner to get to it. Babcock's on him. Puck will go over to the far corner. Byrne gets there first for the impact. Plays it behind the net. Butler. Pittman's on him. Turned it over. Backhand towards the goal. Butler will take it back behind his net. Babcock's on him again. Impact again. Creating that turnover down deep. They throw it around and somehow Babcock unable to get a stick on it. He was set up beautifully over at the far post. That goes up, hits the roof here at the Windsor Stadium. The face-off will be inside the Trypan end. And from the face-off, the puck just slides into Ackerman. He will hold it. We'll redo that face-off. Same thing. Well, we'll do the face-off again. Face-off sits in the circle and Trypan come out with it, move it as far as center. Shot back in by Owen Snow. Bath hustling into the corner, trying to get there first for the impact. Puck along the boards. Kept in by Pitcher. Into Ackerman off his stick and out of play. Shot in by Snow, rings it around the boards. Bath will get there first for the impact. Back behind the net, Parsons. Threw it out in front and cleared away. Out comes Chubbs. He's in over the blue line. Chubbs with a shot. Again, a little late whistle, but offside. Pitcher in ahead of the play. The face-off, the puck goes down deep in the impact end. Hibbs got it across the boards, and it's thrown out down the ice. Hogan hustling back, and that'll be icing against the Central Impact. 13:55 is the time left in the opening period. Back at the point it comes. Hogan, long shot in, blockered away by O'Brien. Landon Hibbs to the boards, to Gale. And out it comes. Jacobs back at his own blue line. Throws it to the other side. Trypan get it out. Pass in behind Elms. Boone has it. Over to Hibbs. Hibbs to Hounsell. Hounsell to Gale. Gale brings it in over the blue line. Gale will take it deep into the corner. Takes it around behind the net. Hit the side of the net. Came out in front. Trypan have it. Green. Green swinging away at center. Shoots it in right on goal. LeBron again. A big rebound. Watch that. That's how we gave up the first goal. Long pass. We got a 2-on-1. Clendenning with Badcock. Clendenning to Badcock. It went off the defenseman. Still sits there. And then comes to the boards. Elms coming the other way. He had one of the 2 goals last night for Trypan. Third to an open wing. Boone looking for Clendenning. Ends up on the stick of Byrne. Byrne brings it in. Slides it into the corner. Adam Byrne will go in to chase it. He's got it. Tried to wrap around. He gets knocked down. Good hit by Butler. And again, it'll be offside against Trypan. 12:14 to go. First period. Clendenning gains the blue line, takes it down the left side, throws it in front of the net. It goes to the far boards, picked up over there by Hurley. Straight up the ice, cuts into the middle, gets a shot away, stopped by O'Brien. The puck goes into the mesh, down in the corner, and the face-off will be in the impact end. They're calling a penalty against the Impact. 4 minutes head contact. So it'll be 5-on-4 for the Osprey. Just under 12 minutes to go. Opening period. They lead it 1-0. And Trypan win the face-off, so they'll control it, starting here with the power play. Elms threw it in front. Ends up over the far boards. Earl will come back. Harnum. There's Harnum. Simmons. Elms into the middle. That's Earl. Had his stick tied up, and the Impact able to clear it. Here's Green. Through the middle. Price got a stick on that. Cleared it back out. Adam Byrne gone to the penalty box for the Impact. It's broken up at the blue line. Green plays it back to Harnum. Still, they can't get it in deep. They'll shoot it in. Too far for Elms. Price has got it. Price turns hard off the glass and down the ice. 2:50 to go in this 4-minute power play. 10:40 to go in the period. Green. That one off the skate of Price. Boone's got it. Trypan will try and dig it out and go to work now on the power play. They get it. Still no good control. Price has got it now for Central. He'll hold it against the boards, killing time. Trypan trying to get it loose. This time clicks away. They've got it. Out in front for Elm. Shoots. Scores! They were able to outman the impact down in that corner. Came up the puck. Nice pass out in front. And they make it 2-0 on the power play. All important bad board battle, which you should win if you're on the power play. You get the extra man in there. Here it comes. And there's Kagan Elms heading for the front of the goal. Bangs it home. And it is 2-0. Score up on the right side. There it is, 2-0. And there were still over 2 minutes to go in the power play. So it now goes to a 5-on-4. And we've got another penalty against the Impact. Anthony Hurley. It's going to go to 5-on-3. All the officials down below discussing it. The referee down below was making a spearing motion. I'm not sure if that's what the call is going to be. No, there's just 2 minutes showing. They get the time for the penalties fixed on the score clock. So 5-on-3. Trypan had a 5-on-3 power play in the second period of last night's game. Weren't able to score. Still a minute 20 left to go in the first penalty. That's stolen. Here comes Hounsell. Shorthanded. One hand towards the goal. Ends up in behind the net. Now Baldwin gets it over to Lane. Lane with speed in over the blue line. Takes it into the corner. And again, it's turned over and the Impact able to clear it. 1 minute to go in the initial penalty. 1:20 to go in the second penalty. And just over 9 minutes to go in the period. And that's going to be a penalty against Trypan as Badcock was tripped up. Elms is going to go. So now it's 5-on-4. Lots of penalties here in the middle stages of this opening period. Hernum drops it back. Simmons gets past Badcock, takes it in over the blue line. We'll drop it back for Hernum. Harlem comes this side for Green. Green steps in, doesn't shoot it. Back to Simmons. Harlem, tough angle out in front. Again, a rebound came out. Price, they're all over him. Again, it's that shot. And cleared by the Impact. And the first penalty has expired, so we are at 4-on-4 right now. Even strength. Now the penalty to the Impact has expired, and they are on the power play. Denning avoids the check, brings it in over the blue line. Try to throw it across. It sits there. Burke looking for it. And finally it's cleared out. 20 seconds to go in the power play for the Impact. Just under 7.5 to play in the period. Here's Clendenning. Drops it for Connors. Connors with a shot. Scores! Looked like a bit of a harmless shot. Andrew Akerman, who will stop that one 99 times out of 100. Had that one go off the pad up into the top of the net. And the Impact back within one. This is Clendenning. Gains the blue line, leaves it, and say nothing there really. Goaltender clear view, foot shot from well out. It went off his left pad and deflected up and into the back of the net. Now we are 5-on-5. 7 minutes to go, first period. Bath, backhand over the top of the net. Pucking along the boards. Tripen come away. Russell. Got it to Lane. Lane got it deep. Lane with a big hit on Hibbs behind the net. They come to the near corner. Haggett getting to it first. They close on him right away. Simmons couldn't hold it in. Here's Bath trying to get around the outside of Simmons. Simmons squeezes him out along the boards. Nice play by the Tripen defenseman. The Baldwin. Simmons up at center. It is tipped in, and both teams will get a change in. 6 minutes to go, first period. That's going to be icing against the Impact. Face off to the left of Rogan O'Brien. Simmons throws it to the far boards. Butler able to keep it in. Still in. Elms throws it towards the goal. That just goes wide. And Butler can't hold it in this time. But he'll recover. Gets it to Elms. Elms in over the blue line. A little drop pass along the boards. They'll throw it behind the net. Pitcher back there. And head to Hurley, to Pittman. Pittman clears it in. Clendenning in there first. Leaves it. Trying to get a pass back to the point. That went by everybody back at the blue line. Snow's got a hustle back. Green closing on him in a hurry. Green knocked the puck loose. Down the corner. Harnham looking for it. Out it comes. Elms with a shot. That just missed. And it'll come all the way out to center on the rebound. Came around the boards. hit over on the far side. Puck comes in to the impact end. Hounsell working against Clark. Drops it off for Byrne. In front, scores! Hurley. Anthony Hurley. Beautiful goal that time by the impact. They throw it around. We'll try and get you the replay of that goal a little later. We missed it initially. When I say we, I mean me. So that goal coming with just over 4.5 to go in the first period ties things up at 2. Shots on goal are also tied 6 apiece. Friday night's game, shots on goal first period 19-2 in favor of the Impact. Trypan have been playing much better since that opening period. Post game last night, we got a good one going here today. Here's Hounsell. Players tied up inside the blue line, and they continue. Plays allowed to continue. Get separated. It's in front. Hounsell heading to the bench, replaced by Connors. Here comes Hurley. Anthony Hurley. Move to the outside. Gotten away with a little grab there. Haggett looked up to see where he was going to shoot it, and the puck went under his stick, and he did not get away with the penalty. Referee's arm has gone in the air. I thought they might have gotten away with one as Hurley was grabbed by the arm, but now the referee's arm is up. Shorthanded or delayed penalty right now. They hit the outside of the net. And it is touched up by Trypan. And they're calling cross-checking, so they may have caught something besides what I thought was going to be the penalty. But either way, it will be a penalty against the Osprey. 2 for cross-checking. Comes with 3:19 to go in the period. Jacobs got into the penalty box for the Osprey. Here's Pitcher towards the goal, knocked down by Butler. Butler couldn't get it out. Pitcher knocked it down. Good play. Gets it down into the corner. Caught and dropped. Pittman out of the corner, throws it behind the net. Up top, Snow with his shot. Missed short side. Butler's on it. Taken by Pittman. To Bath. Pitcher snuck in from the left point. Had a scoring opportunity. Cleared down the ice with 1:20 to go in the power play. Just over 2.5 to go in the period. Pittman. Back to Snow. Looking for a defense partner. Boone was just coming off the bench, just getting into the play now. And that'll be cleared out. Boone winding up. Under a minute to go in the power play. Boone puts on the brakes. Threw it right through the crease. Hounsell's got it as he takes it off the boards. Back for Hurley. Byrne has a look. Missed short side. Hurley hustling over. Able to keep it onside. Hurley behind the net. Burns got it. Burke to Byrne to Boone to Hurley. Back to Boone. Shot. And Impact player was knocked down. That cleared the lane for the goaltender, Ackerman, to see that. He makes the save. Boone Just 10 seconds to go in the power play, and Akerman's got that in the glove as Byrne tried to go short side, down to 9 seconds now, minute 28 to go in the period. Hurley, shot kicked away by Akerman. Boone has it. Across the other side, Byrne. The penalty expires. And it'll come out as we're into the final minute now of this opening period. Boone's got to be careful. Green was all over him. Gets around the other side for Hounslow. Came off his skate out in front. Baldwin's got it. Or Harnham, that is. Harnham circling the goal. Back at the point. Simmons fanned on the shot. That'll allow the impact to come away. Here's Hurley. He's got Connors with him. Hurley. Good play by Clark to knock the puck to the boards and then takes Hurley to the boards. Hurley stays with it. 30 seconds to go in the period. Puck comes loose. Trypan have it. Harnham takes it back behind his goal. Along the boards, off the glass, it'll come out. Price will go back to get it. Just 15 seconds to go now. Price. Price heading up the ice, cuts inside with a nice move, then lost the handle. Out it comes towards the blue line, kept in. 2 seconds to go, time's going to run out. And there is the buzzer to end the first period. We've got a 2-2 tie between the Central Impact and Trypan Osprey after the opening 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal pretty close as well. 8-7 in favor of the Impact. We'll be back in just a few minutes with period number 2. You're watching Newfoundland Labrador U18 Major Hockey League action from the Windsor Stadium here in Grand Falls, Windsor. right, teams are back out on the ice to start the second period. Got a 2-2 tie between Central Impact and Trypan Osprey. Spent that intermission switching out cameras to try and get that time clock up, and right away it goes out, and it's going to be the death of me. Got a camera that just won't, see the power cord just keeps popping out. Anyway, all that for nothing. Just shut itself off. Work on that for the rest of the season, get that fixed. Worked fine last night and Friday night. It's not going to work for us today, apparently. It'll be contrary. Here's Elms with a shot, stopped by O'Brien. This time he's got it and holds on. A little bit of pushing and shoving down in the corner. Not much to that. Shot from the point, stopped by O'Brien. Picked up by Hurley, ahead to Hounsell. Tried to drop pass, Earl broke that up. Hurley continues on. Puck goes up in the air behind the net, knocked down. It's back towards the point, and Trypan have it. Hurley brings it back in. Comes to the front of the goal, it's right in the crease, it's still loose. Now Ackerman's got it and holds on. Face off to the right of Ackerman. Osprey player gets waved out. Coming in to take it will be Lane. Won by the Impact. Put it in behind the goal. Jacobs in the corner. He's stopped in there. Puck held against the boards. Comes free. Gale has it. Gale over the other side. A little bit of room here. They try and give it back to Gale. Fanned on it. Oh, that was Badcock in the middle. He tried to set up in the slot. Lane gets hit against the boards. Puck comes loose in front. Weak shot by Russell is stopped by O'Brien. The Impact just get rid of it down the ice. Connors will hustle in, so no icing. He'll get there first, but then lost it. Puck in the corner. Baldwin couldn't get it out. Chipped it off the boards, but it's kept in. Throws it around behind the net. Lane takes a big hit along the boards. Badcock holds it in. Russell brought it out, and he stopped at center. Home to the other side. Pitcher has it. Pitcher in over the blue line. Pitcher. That pass picked off, and then it's stolen by Pittman. Pittman with a chance. Fed it in front. Here's Burke. Leaves it behind the net. Connors. Back to Haggett. Haggett has shot that's deflected and hit the post. Haggett was hoping for the deflection, got one and rang it off the far post. So we remain tied at 2. Shot right on goal, cleared away by Ackerman. Pittman in the corner. Elms off the glass and out. Down the ice, hustling back is Hurley. He won't catch up to it. That'll be an icing call against Trypen. (17-14). Still left to go here in the second. Down the ice it goes, and once again, that is going to be an icing call against Trypen. Change direction into Ackerman, and yet another faceoff. Slow start to this second period. Lots of faceoffs. Played just under 3 minutes here in period 2. Earl will clear it in for Trypen. O'Brien leaves it there. Ahead for Clendenning. Couldn't handle it. Simmons read that. Got to it first for Trypen. Played it in. Now Simmons has it out at center. Hurley turns, shoots it in. Haggett back to get it. Chips it off the boards. It'll be kept in at the point. Long shot in. O'Brien's got that. Holds on to it. Face-off will be to the left of Rogan O'Brien in goal for the Impact. They've got 3 different goaltenders this weekend. Price into the middle. Byrne with a shot stopped by Ackerman. Price has got it again. Hurley turned to shoot it and went off the toe of his stick, and that's cleared out by Trypen. Stopped at center, following up on it, Chubbs. He's hit. Byrne trying to go around the outside of the defenseman. That goes into the corner over to the other side. Hurley's got it. Hurley's pushed against the boards. Keeps his feet moving. Got it down in the corner. Trypen couldn't get it out. Kept in by Hibbs. It's tipped over the top of the net by Hounsell. Byrne will pick it up on the far side. Byrne leaves it for Hounsell. Down into the corner. He'll go in around behind the net. Simmons on it first. Hounsell's bothering him. Impact create that turnover shot on goal. Mentioned at the start of the game, this has been their game plan. That shot down the ice, and that'll be an icing call. But for the Impact is get in and forecheck, create turnovers down low. And they've been very successful doing that this weekend. 15:20 to go, second period. Boone going back in his own end. No icing this time. Right up through the middle looking for Bath. Bath takes it away from Hogan. Bath down low. Threw it through the crease and went off somebody's skate, and Ackerman able to react quickly with the right pad to keep it out. Simmons will get it out. Pitcher back towards his own blue line. Gives it up to Boone, to Parsons, to Bath. Bath in over the blue line. Bath holding it. Went off his skate. It'll come out. And up ahead, in behind everybody's Elms as he came off the bench. Elms shoots. Stopped by O'Brien. Nobody saw Keegan Elms. He came off the bench on the line change and was all alone behind the Impact defense. And Rogan O'Brien with his best save of the game. Elms, a dangerous player. He had one of the 2 goals last night for Trypen. He's got one in this one. Now the puck is dropped. Snow. Can't get it out. Will come up towards Burke. Burke through the middle. Pass was a little bit in behind Badcock and is cleared to an open wing. Price will get to it. Off the glass. Hogan back in his own end. Price turns, trying to get away from Earl. And Price with a good move and just avoids a hit. Lost the puck. Shot back in by Hogan. Leaves it for Snow. The boards for Badcock. Can't get it out. Now Badcock has it just inside his own blue line. Up for Connors. Off Connors' skate. Right into Ackerman. Jacobs. Tried to give him the return pass. Wasn't quite ready for it. Hillier hustles up. Holds it in. Byrne behind the goal. Byrne out in front. Puck bounces up in the air. Green's got it and will backhand it to safety down to the impact blue line and a little bit further. Hillier up through the middle. Good pass for Byrne. Burns in. Feeds it across. Shot. Oh, Ackerman with a great save. Beautiful setup. Byrne across. And Ackerman moving left to right. Makes a huge save. Well, that's how quickly the Impact can move it up the ice. We talked in game one about their speed. Haven't seen it display quite as much last night's game or today. But they will move from from defense to offense very quickly. That time Hillier to Byrne. And then the pass across and only a great save by Ackerman. Keeps this game tied. Byrne in over the blue line. In there with Connors. Puck bouncing around back at the point. Kept in by Price. Clendenning. That shot stopped by Ackerman. Puck is still loose in the crease and then cleared. Byrne leaves it. Clendenning back to Byrne. Good job by Ackerman. Got the paddle of the stick down, prevented the puck from coming out in front. This is Byrne. Little back pass. Hounsell. Back for Byrne to Hounsell. Hounsell spinning away. Lost it. Pitcher off the boards. Chubbs. Ahead to Lane. Lane chips it in. Lane gets there first. The Impact come away. Hounsell. Got Hurley with him. Hounsell in over the blue line. Off the glass. Hard around. Down the ice. No icing. Haggett catches up to it. Hibbs. Good pass. Hurley. Lost it. Badcock tried to give it back to Hurley in the corner. Badcock's got it along the boards. Butler in there. Hurley's got it. Circling the goal. Hit the outside of the post and then covered up by Ackerman. Scramble draw on the faceoff, ends up down the corner. Bath has got it. Bath around the boards. Simmons trying to get there. Got there to be ahead of Parsons. Burke with a move to the outside, gets around the defense, takes it behind the goal, into the corner, back at the point. Haggett. Haggett with a long shot in, knocked down by Butler. Rebound was there, poked wide by Parsons. Bath. Back at the point. Hibbs. Down for Bath. He's pushed against the boards. Was up high on the glass. Burke Had it momentarily taken away. Elms trying to get it out. Gets it ahead to Baldwin. He's stopped at center. Hibbs will bring it back in. Can't bring it in. He's got a player trapped in there. Would have been offside. Elms with it. Gets rid of it. Haggett back at his own blue line. It's away from Baldwin. Over here to Hibbs. Hibbs gains the blue line down the right side. Around behind the goal. Hibbs having a look around. Threw it out in front. Here's Byrne. Another save by Akerman. Parsons, pitcher coming off the bench, gets there first for the Impact. Behind the goal, Connors. Under 10 to go, about 9.5 left here in the second. Boone along the boards. Can't get it free. Gale gets it in deep. Try and give it back to Gale. And finally, Trypan able to just get it out over the blue line. Now it's caught by Hernam and moved up ahead. Here's Elms. Elms breaking in, shoots. Put it wide, looking far side. Came off the boards out in front, cleared away by Boone. Kept in. Good work by Hernam. Elms holding it, shooting it. Stopped by O'Brien. We are still tied at 2 with 8:59 left to go here in period number 2. Face-off win for Trypan. Jacobs goes to the boards, down into the corner. Thrown out in front. Clendenning. He stopped. It hit the side of the net, cleared out. Up at the blue line. Kept in. Earl with a nice move. Shot in on goal. O'Brien stopped it. Now it sits in behind the net. Impact chance to move it. Just get it out. Pittman gains the blue line. Throws it into the middle. Broken up there. Nice play by Jacobs. The Impact stay on it. Feed it in front. Backhand goes wide. Couldn't get a clean shot. Jacobs. He'll skate out with it. Behind his teammate Earl. That's picked off at center by Seymour. Seymour will bring it back in. Tried to get it to Jacobs. Now Lane has it. In the corner. Snow able to get it out. Snow getting away. He's got Hounsell with him. Snow shoots. Stopped by Akerman, and the puck goes up and out of play. Owen Snow with a nice rush. Be Byrne against Russell in the face-off circle. Finally controlled by Trypan. Bishop takes it to the boards. Lane avoids a hit, keeps on going. He and Price go into the corner. Baldwin comes up with the puck for Trypan. Tried to get it back to Clark. That was intercepted, but Clark does a great job to hold it in. Looked like he was beaten at the blue line, but able to get a stick on the puck and keep it onside. And it's thrown right through the crease. Comes back to Clark. Clark with a attempted shot, fanned on it, and it'll come out. Hounsell. He's got Byrne with him. Hounsell holding it. Hounsell. Great defensive play by Clark. Break that up. Ulrich Clark with a couple of good plays on this shift. Now he'll go to the bench. Hounsell tried to drop it for Byrne. Pass didn't work. Following up on it was Hillier. Tipped away from him as he wound up. That shot blocker save as Elms let it go. And it'll go into the Tri-Pen bench. 6:05 left to go, second period. Elms turning. Net was tipped. Stayed on the peg, so play continues on. Bath into the corner. He's knocked down. It's going to be a penalty against Tri-Pen. A lot of penalties in the first. This is the first one here in the second. It comes with 5:44 to go. Tripping call. Logan Butler in the penalty box for Tri-Pen. Face-off controlled by the Impact. Boone across. Byrne can't shoot it. Byrne holding it back to Boone. Hurley. That went off his skate. Hurley's got it again. Down for Byrne. Gives it back to Hurley. Hurley drops it for Byrne. Byrne walking in. Shoots. Missed the net. And it'll come around and all the way down into the Impact end. Boone's got to hustle back. Gets it over to Hurley. Minute 20 to go in the power play. 5 minutes to go in the period. Byrne across. Boone with a shot. Blocker saved by Ackerman. And Russell will clear the zone. O'Brien leaves it for Jack Boone. To Adam Byrne. Back to Boone, to Byrne. Over to Hurley. Into the slot. Byrne with a shot, scores! Finally gets one. He had a number of chances from that spot. Finally gets one by Ackerman short side on the power play. And it is 3-2. Byrne here on the right. Puck comes to him, steps into it. High glove side, short side. Beats the goaltender. And we will take the penalty off the board. Battle down the corner. Byrne is still out there. Snow has got it back at the point. Down for Byrne. Byrne behind the net. Fed it in front. Went off the stick of Ackerman. Gale with a shot. That went over the top of the net. Then it came over the top. Snow has got it. Snow with a shot. Hits some traffic in front. Goes to the boards. Earl off the glass. Gets it out. Smart play. And it'll turn into a scoring chance. That hit the far post. Seymour let it go. Byrne tried to play it in front. Well, that scoring chance by Tri-Pen all resulted in just a smart play back inside their own end. A chance inside the net, stopped by Ackerman. In trouble, played it off the glass, got it down into the Impact end, and then they went down and stole it and ended up with a great scoring chance, and that's offside against the Impact. 3:23 to go in period two. Hurley cutting towards the net. Now Now in the corner, Clendenning back at the point for Hurley. Tried to give it back to Clendenning. To Hurley, that may have grazed the crossbar. Hurley took this shot. Goes out of play. Face-off will stay in the impact end. Pittman leaves it in the corner. Pitcher along the boards for Green, and Green will get it out looking for Chubbs. Chubbs drops it off for Hernum. Hernum tried to split the defense, had it taken away by Pitcher, and Pitcher will just clear it down the ice. It'll get over the goal line. No icing. Good hustle by Pittman to get there first. Fed it in front, comes all the way back to the blue line. Knocked down at center by Hibbs. Over to Hurley. Hurley had it knocked off his stick. Clark with another good defensive play. Up at the blue line, picked off by Pitcher. Hernum, he's hit against the boards, and Hernum was checked against the boards and went face first in. He is shaken up over there, and it's going to be a penalty against the Impact. This happens with 2:09 to go. Period 2. It's going to be Anthony Hurley. And Hurley is out of the game. I think the call may be 5 for checking from behind. It's a major penalty, automatic game. They haven't got to put up on the board yet. So speculating based on what I saw the referee indicate and the fact that Hurley has gone to the dressing room, so the Impact have to put somebody in the penalty box. It'll be Landon Hibbs going in to serve the penalty. Still don't have the time up on the clock. They've got 2 minutes put up there. All right, it is just a 2-minute power play, 5-on-4. We'll get the announcement in just a moment as we have got 2 minutes to go in the second period. Trypan on the power play, trailing by 1. Aaron pass. Parsons got a stick on it, and then he'll get it again, shoot it in. So it's not 5 minutes checking from behind. It did result in Hurley being sent to the dressing room. That shot down the ice. Parsons in there to get it for the Impact. Threw it out in front. Hounslow couldn't get free, and Trypan come away. Elms through the blue line. Now he'll get it in. Shoots it behind the net. Earl will get there first in the near corner. Watched by Boone. Less than a minute to go in the penalty and 1 minute to go in the period. Trypan keep it in. Earl. Elms. This side. Seymour had it hop over his stick. Elms tried to get it back to Seymour. Now Seymour has it. Takes it back towards the blue line. Up top, Simmons. Simmons with a shot, drifts it in, and somehow O'Brien found it through all that traffic. He's got it in the trapper. 28 seconds to go in the power play. 37.4 left to go in the period. Both teams changing. Face-off win for the Impact. That will allow them to clear it down the ice and take a chunk of time off this power play, which has got 15 seconds left to go in it. Made the announcement, but unfortunately I couldn't pick it out. And they're saying 2 minutes for boarding, not checking from behind. That's why it's just 2 minutes as the period comes to an end. Got a 3-2 game after 40 minutes of play. Central Impact leading Taipan Osprey. Shots on goal after 40 minutes of play. 20-16 in favor of the Impact. We'll be back with period 3 in just a few minutes as the penalty has expired, so we'll take that off. There will be no power play to start period 2. All right, we'll take a break. See you shortly, folks. Just a one-goal game between Central Impact and Taipan Osprey heading into the third period. Adam Byrne with the go-ahead goal on the power play late in the second. Again, this is game 3 between these two teams this weekend. Impact 7-1 Friday night, 4-2 last night. We got a close one going here this morning. All the penalties off the board to start this third period. Shot down the ice, no icing, fired around the boards. That goes up in the air and batted out to center. Green with it, he'll lift it high down into the impact end. O'Brien lets it go into the corner. Harnham on it. Harnham holding it, puts it behind the net, hopped over the stick of Elms. Pitcher. Good outlet right on the stick of Hounsell. Hounsell in over the blue line. He's got Byrne with him. Hounsell takes it in around behind the net. Up comes loose. Byrne has got it. Byrne back at the point. Snow with a shot. Blocker save made by Akerman. And it'll come into Andrew Akerman. Will hold on to it. We'll get a whistle. (19-17). Left to go third period. We've just played 43 seconds. Scramble, scores! Kind of came out of nowhere. Right from the face-off, it kind of bounced around there and looked like Will Clendenning got a stick on it and put it home. There's Clendenning in the circle. He comes up with it and he gets the shot, beats Akerman short side, and a big goal for the Impact here early in this third period. As we come back live, it is 4-2. Now we've got a penalty. Head contact. I think it will go against. Well, let's see. It's going to go against Taipan. Initially, I thought it was going against the Impact, but it's Seymour of Taipan who will go to the penalty box. So an early goal and now an early power play for the Impact. Here's Boone. Boone. Byrne went off a skate, goes to the boards. Russell gets there first, and Russell will clear it. O'Brien leaves it for Bath. It's a 4-minute head contact penalty. That's offside. Hounsell was in well ahead of the play over on the right side. So that goal by Clendenning came with just 51 seconds gone here in the third period. Burke with a shot off the leg of Pitcher to Bath. To Boone. Over to Hounsell. Boone, shot off a leg, goes wide. Bath has got it. You got Bath, Byrne, Burke, Boone. The killer bees out there. There's Hounsell, the only one that's not a bee with this shot that goes up and out of play. The 4 B's come off and 3 P's come on. Pitcher, Price, and Pittman, along with Connors and Badcock. Pittman to Price. Back to Pittman. Pittman's got it again. Connors. Pittman shoots. Stopped by Ackerman. Puck goes into the corner. Pittman's on it first. Back to Price. Into the slot. Bounces around and cleared by Trypan. Price has got to hustle back in his own end to get it. O'Brien leaves it for Quinn Price. 2:15 to go in that 4-minute head contact penalty against Trypan. Connors trying to cut in, had it knocked off his stick. Lane on the boards, and Lane turns. Sends the impact back in their own end. One more time. Under 2 to go in the power play. Long pass up at center red line. Babcock to Connors. Connors takes it in over the blue line. For Babcock in all alone, and Ackerman with another big save as he flashes the leather. Minute 43 to go in the power play. We've played about 4.5 here in the third. Snow. Comes back to Snow. Back at the point, kept in by Boone. Now it'll come out down the ice. Pretty good penalty killing by Trypan here. It's the one really good scoring chance. That's just a moment ago. Minute 10 to go in the power play. Gale in over the blue line. He's poke check. Puck goes up in the air. And now it'll come out. Parson shoots it into the corner. Snow lifts it high and a little too high as it goes out of play. A little disorganized on this power play. Coach Brian Casey shaking things up a little bit. So he sends out a new line. At the B line, Bath, Byrne, Burke up front. Pitcher and Hounsell are the 2 point men. Here's Hounsell, brings it in, shoots it around the boards. Pitcher waiting for it here in the near boards. Back into the corner. Burke looking for Bath, couldn't catch up to it. Back at the point, kept in by Pitcher. Back in behind the goal in the corner. Burke to Bath. Just a dozen seconds left in the power play. Byrne with a shot. That's blocked. Chubb's trying to get away. Brings it in over the blue line. Short-handed. Just a couple of seconds left to go. Actually, that was Hurley. 27, not 22. And then it's cleared down, and that's going to do it. Penalty is now over, and it had expired just prior to the puck being shot down the ice. Just a second or two, but enough to get an icing call against Osprey. Great penalty kill that time by Trypan. Really just the one good scoring chance for the Impact for those 4 minutes. We're down to 14:48 to go in the third. Haggett put it in wide. Green for Trypan. Lifts it out. Haggett's got it. And for Hounsell. Hounsell is knocked down at center, and Haggett will go back to get it. Gale. Babcock. Through the middle, that stop, shot back in by Hillier. Hogan for Trypan. Got it held against the boards. Still against the boards. Babcock got it, puts it back in the corner. Hogan in there again first. Takes a bump from Gale. Quick outlet right to Elms. Haggett's got to get himself turned around. He does. Elms trying to cut in. Haggett stays with him. Thrown out in front. Green's got it. That'll come out. Jacobs has it. And Jacobs will shoot it back in. Byrne back to get it for the impact. To Connors, he mishandled it along the board, so it'll be kept in right on goal. O'Brien's got it and holds on. Pittman backhands it down and gets pushed to the boards, and sticks get up over on the far side. Got to be careful there, guys. It's Hogan looking for Earl, broken up by Pittman. Finally it squirts loose at the blue line, and Tripen are on it. Seymour's pass was in behind Hurley. Now Hurley gets it. He'll come to the near boards. Under 13 to go in the third. Right towards the blue line. Seymour diving, can't hold it in, and taken by Pittman. Pittman's got Clendenning with him. Pittman will shoot it himself. Off the stick of the defenseman. Clendenning has it behind the goal, takes it into the corner. Cycles it off the glass. Back for it's Byrne out there. Threw it out in front, gets by everybody. Bath coming off the bench, will get it. Shoots it back in. As the Impact complete their line change, as will Tripen. Kept in at the blue line by Parsons. Goes into the near corner. Russell trying to get it out, gets it to Chubbs. One off his skate, goes to the far side. That will just come out over the blue line. Price. Good pass, finds Burke. Gives it to Bath. He's on his backhand. He gets knocked down. That's going to be a penalty coming up against Tripen. Tripping going to be the call. Another power play for the Impact. Didn't do a whole lot with that last opportunity when they had 4 minutes. This will be the garden variety 2-minute power play. Kept in by Impact. Scores! Wow. Looked like he had run out of room in behind the goal. The quick hands of Adam Byrne. Can you win the battle on the boards? Here's Byrne. And he was actually all the way in behind the net. Reached back out in front and tucked it in on the backhand. So 5-2 Impact. Back to Tripen put it in long after the whistle went. He's going to go, I think. Going to get himself an unsportsmanlike. Long after the whistle, he continued on and put it in the net. That's not why he got the penalty. He's getting 2 for slashing. That's why the whistle went, apparently. question about the penalty time clock. Two penalties. It is 5-on-3. I'll get the announcement. Bath into Hounsell, stopped by Ackerman. 5-on-3 right now. And Impact leading it 5-2. Bath to Byrne. To Boone. Back to Byrne. A lot of alliteration on this power play. Boone. That one off a skate. Byrne. Bath. Back up top to Byrne. Still no shot. And for Hounsell, Bath doesn't shoot it. Pass for Boone, shot over the top of the net. And that will come out and all the way down the ice. From that angle, if you don't hit the net, that's where the carom is going to go. Byrne with some speed, takes it down into the corner. Gives it to Burke. To Connors, who's out there now. Connors to Burke. Down to Adam Byrne. Burke and mishandled the pass, and puck came out. Will be brought back in by Boone. Boone in over the blue line. Drops it. Byrne with his shot. Stopped by Ackerman. Puck goes up in the air. It's in behind the net. Connors to Byrne. To Burke. Connors all alone. Shoots. Ackerman comes out and makes the save. 5 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3. We're past the halfway mark here in the third period. 9:24 left to go. All right, so the two penalties, one was for the slashing, the other one was indeed for the unsportsmanlike, putting the puck in the net after the whistle had gone. So 2 penalties on the play, both have now expired. We'll take them off the board. So we're back to 5-on-5. Good penalty killing by Tripan here in this third period. Giving up a few goals, but the penalty kill hasn't been a major issue. Haggett clears it. Seymour back in his own end. Elms into the middle. Elms will go get it himself. In over the blue line. Off a leg, comes right in front, bounces to O'Brien. Stayed out. It's a slow developing play. Simmons back in his own end. Hurley takes it off his skate, drops it back to his defense, almost given away. Elms reaching for it. Pittman lost it to Seymour. Seymour gets to it and just shoots it in. Price off the boards. And they'll try it this side. There's Bath. He is stopped right away. Hillier. That goes up over the glass, out of play. 7:48 left to go. 3-goal lead now for the Central Impact. A little more comfortable than it was at the start of this period. It's 3-2. They've added a couple here in the third. Price. To Connors. Back to Hibbs. To Price, to Bath, to Burke. Burke in over the blue line, just onside. Burke goes for a tumble, lost his stick, puck held against the boards. comes to the near boards. Out it comes. Baldwin gets it behind the net. Price on it first. On him right away was Earl. That's Bath. Offside. .6:54 to go. Chubbs gets knocked down. Price with a good hit. More of a shove than a body check, but legally done. Didn't get the stick involved. Chance there, scores! Life for Trypan. They cut it to a 2-goal lead. And it's going to be Chubb's player who was knocked down. It's the best way to get revenge for that. Come back and score a goal. Battle along the boards. So much of the game is won. Comes back to the point. Held in. Long shot in. There's Chubbs. Nobody picked him up. And he gets it past the outstretched glove. And they toss the puck to the bench, which tells me that's Chubb's first U18 goal. .53. 6:20 to go here in the third. A two-goal game feels very different than a 3-goal game, which it was a moment ago. There's Russell, gains the blue line. Russell with a shot blocker save made by O'Brien. That one put through the crease, comes to the near boards. Simmons throws it the other side. Hogan's got it. A little trouble with it in his skates, puts it behind the goal. Chubbs is there. Went off his skate to the impact player, and that is cleared out down the ice. Simmons going back to get it. Won't be enough for icing. Shot in. Simmons leaves it in the corner. Kept in up at the blue line. Now it'll come out. Elms is on it. Elms working against Haggett. Elms puts on the brakes, threw it in front. It's tipped wide. Back behind the goal. Elms has it. Again in front, just missed Earl. Green looking for it. Knocked off his stick to the boards. Let's see. Osprey gained a little bit of a jump after that goal. Long shot knocked out of the air by Elms. Taken by Pittman. And it'll just get out over the blue line. Burke drops it back to his defense. Boone over to Haggett. Under 5 to go. Tipped in. Right on goal. Impact will change. Simmons winding up. Aaron pass. Stopped there by Hillier. Elms following up on it. Gets it in over the blue line. Knocks down Connors. Connors gets back up and clears it out. And then it is stolen by Badcock. Badcock all alone. Goes into the corner. Hold it against the boards. Under 4.5 left. Badcock trying to feed it out in front. One off his skate. Connors in looking for it. Impact now killing time down in the Trypan end. 4 minutes left. Cleared down the ice, and Price gets back there first. It'll be an icing call against Trypan. Shot one off a stick wide, comes to the near board. Simmons on it first for Trypan, lifts it out and down the ice. Hillier clears it to the boards. Byrne on it first. Back to Hillier down in the corner. He'll go D to Price. And Price will lug it out. Gets around Earl. Keeps on trucking. Drops it. Shot. That goes wide. He'll carry him all the way out to center and all the way back to the impact blue line. Hibbs up to Byrne. Byrne sends it in. Byrne tried to feed it out in front. It's taken by Hounsell. Back to Byrne. Over the other side. Snow keeps it in. Well, that's Hibbs, rather. 12. Hibbs again. Into the middle of the ice it comes. To the boards. Byrne on it first. Threw it to the middle, and Trypan able to bring it out. That pass picked off by Hounsell. Clark just comes out, and Gale sends it back in. 2:40 left to go. Time definitely becoming a factor now for Trypan, as we've got less than 3 minutes to go in this one. They trail by 2. Jacobs. Back to Clark. Watched by Gale. They get it this side. Simmons. Up for Hurley-Eye. Goes the other side. It was tipped. Pitcher in looking for it. Seymour got to it first. It comes to the side of the goal. Shot goes to the boards. Kept in by Trypan. Jacobs tried to backhand it to the front of the goal. Went off the stick of Pitcher. Stays in behind the goal line. Now it comes up along the half wall. In behind the impact goal. And that'll be cleared down the ice. Under a minute and a half left to go, and that'll be an icing call. No indication of Trypan taking out Ackerman. Minute 27 to go. They trail by 2. They just had the puck down deep in impact territory. And we've got a timeout. 1:27 is the time left up on the score clock. 5-3 lead. Shots on goal, 27-20. Officials huddle down the far end. All right, here we go. Ackerman heading back into the net, is he? Or let's see. Up at the blue line, he's over at the bench, talking to the coaching staff, but not on the bench, and he's going to head back, take up a position between the two face-off circles. He looks like, to me, he's getting ready to race to the bench if Trypan are able to win the face-off. Got a discussion over at the Trypan bench. One of the referees has gone there. But it's the impact to win the face-off, so Ackerman stays in the net. It's kept in, and now it's down deep, and no indication. Now Ackerman making his way to the bench. Wow. Simmons with a shot. That redirected over the top of the net. It comes out in front. Scramble at the side of the goal. There's another shot. Diving to block it is Hounsell. Puck down in the corner. Trypan have it out in front of him, right between the skates of the Trypan player. That shot comes in. O'Brien makes a save into the final minute here in period 3. Earl has it. Earl behind the net. Back at the point. Jacobs holds it in. Jacobs back into the corner looking for Earl. Earl has it. Again, the net is empty. Simmons off the board. Shot right on goal. It comes loose. Another chance. O'Brien's got that puck still loose. 30 seconds left to go. Simmons with a shot. That hit the outside of the post. Impact have it. It gets out. Simmons has got it. Knocks it down. Plays it back in, but Trypan unable to get a stick on it. Impact have it. Folks, that's going to do it as we're down to just a dozen seconds left. Hounsell, the empty net. Trypan will bring it away. Just a couple of seconds left to go. They lift it high in the air, and that will do it. Here is the final buzzer, and the final score 5-3 in favor of the Central Impact as they take all 3 games this weekend. 7-1, 4-2, and 5-3. I thank everybody for joining us this weekend. It's been our pleasure to bring you this 3-game series. We will be covering all the Impact home games from here at the Windsor Stadium or across town at the Joe in case any games are moved over there during the schedule. Right now, all the games are scheduled for here at the Windsor Stadium. On behalf of our cameraman Wayne Lynch and Jason Power, who did Friday and Saturday nights, my name is George Scott. Thanks for watching here on AO.live. We will see you the next Impact home game. So long, everyone.